You collected 133 million, leading to a drop of 21%. Now, that sounds like a loss because parking fees are not accrued, unless that's how we are treating it now. Senator Ogwa.
There could be the argument that the money will still be collected, but let's also face it, that it was not collected when it was supposed to be collected. Time value for money. Yeah. Somebody may want to ask, the reason why you buy a new system is to enhance efficiency, right? To collect more in a more efficient way. How much do you spend on this system? Do you have an idea, Governor, how much you spend on the system?
I have my ICT. Chief Officer.
How much do you spend on it?
The ICT, Chief Officer.
How much do you spend, Chief Officer?
Through Chair, we spend nothing on the system.
You cannot have spent nothing. Even the people that were developing it, surely. You are paying them a salary or something.
I think that is not an answer that should go through a governor whose background I understand to be in information systems. You can't spend nothing.
How can you spend nothing on the system? No wonder then in that case, if you want us to take that route, then Chief Officer, then we'll take that route. Then we'll say cheap is expensive. If you spend nothing, no wonder then you're losing money on a system on which you spend nothing.
You can't spend nothing. You have to pay for licenses, you have to pay for hardware, you have to quantify the time. So that is a political answer. I think let's be a bit professional.
I think, Chair, what he needed to say, that was software. And I think he needs to make himself very clear on that.
Okay, can you give us an answer that takes into account that we understand that subject matter?
Thank you so much. So on the software, actually we did spend nothing. Then on the hardware, actually we implemented on the existing that is hardware which we already had.
Are you an IT professional?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am, please.
What makes you consider yourself an IT professional?
I understand, first of all, on the software perspective, I understand the development processes.
What's a qualification that makes you an IT professional?
I have a master's in data communication.
In data communication?
Yes.
So you spend nothing on software?
Yes, we did not buy the software, yes.
What software are you using?
MATIANG'I currently, please.
It's an open source software?
No, it's not an open source. I've been developed using .NET.
Well, that is you're talking about the application.
Correct.
It runs on a database. It runs on an operating system.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
The hosting environment, you built that also yourselves?
No, the hosting environment, we are the ones who actually host it. We host it.
Governor, I think for the record, I understand that space.
Yeah.
There is no way, even if you're using open source software, you're going to host an industrial scale application like this without spending something. It runs on hardware.
Correct.
It runs on software.
Correct.
It runs on an operating system. Even if it was Linux, even if it was open source, first of all, I would not, in as much as I'm an advocate for open source, but you must have certain enterprise support for something of this scale. So you might want to look very good that you spent nothing. If you are running this using online open source tools, then you're running an amateur application. There are certain things around security, there are certain things around hosting environment, the operating system, the databases, the audit trails, and all those things that will cost you some money. But if you have done all these things online, like a high school or a university project, then this is a system that needs a thorough system audit. In fact, to avoid, because we had agreed we'd be done with this meeting by 3:30, I think I want the Auditor General to do a system audit on this, because we have been told that when it was rolled out, there was a drop in revenue. A system should not Actually, ideally, when you introduce a new system, you should see a spike. Otherwise, you're going to end up with the conclusion that there's an inverse relationship between automation and revenue growth. So I do not agree with your officer that you can run such an industrial or enterprise solution without spending something on it, because even the people, there's something called man hours, the programming time, the development time, that can be quantified. But for us not to haggle too much, I want the Auditor General to do a systems audit, and then we leave it at that point. Is that fair enough?
That is fair. But Chair, I just want to make clear, maybe what you were saying was the software. Yeah, he should have made himself very clear on the other issues.
Yeah, so I think let's leave it at that so that it's not protracted. Now, Governor, so you can clearly see the questions that you must ask your receiver of revenue, so that when you are coming here, you can explain it to us well and explain it to the people of Machakos. Perhaps the greatest pain is a pain of a market woman who pays money to county employees, and then that money does not find itself in the books. There's a way Kenyans feel like you'd rather steal the money from Nairobi, but not the money from the county. And this report should be able to give us a picture so that we have no doubt whatsoever. But I think your officer has indicated that introduction of the system led to downtime, disruptions, reduction in revenue. I think we need to do the audit to confirm that that was the case.
Yeah, and one thing I want to make it clear to you, Chair, is that we found we don't do cash collection in Machakos County. Everything we do is paid through the pay bill. And so there is no, the people from the market, the women from the market, or anyone losing money. No. There is no cash collection in Machakos County. We have the 1616-1 for the general pay bill number. We have 1616-0 and also we have for health, and we also for matatus. So we have 4 pay bill numbers. The 4th one is for the water. So no cash collection in Machakos County, and we have made that very clear to our people. So I don't, the citizens of Machakos don't lose money by